A little early on the brakes. I think he's sandbagging just a little bit, and you would with 6 laps to go. You don't want to show yourself, to show your opposition how way back. He's not studied Aldeguer closely. Aldeguer is studying Lopes very 4 or 5 laps, so it's a win-win at the moment for Aldeguer. He's just got to make that move.
Yeah, for the 54, he's using a lot less track everywhere. He's not quite pushing on. He's not trying to set the pace right now. He's just happy enough to sit there behind his teammate, number 21 of Alonso Lopes. But with 5 laps to go whenever they cross the line, this is suddenly where you do need to start thinking about where you're going to try and be aggressive, where you're going to start making moves. You can see there for Aldeguer, though, once again, just taking that tighter line. Lopes trying to run around the outside in quite a few corners, but certainly for Lopes, he'll know that he's going to get an attack at some point from his teammate. But for Lopes, it's all about making sure you're able to set those consistent lap times all the way through. He's done that again, another low 1 minute 42. He's around about a few tenths of a second lap after lap. So it really has been nice consistent pace from Lopes, but he hasn't dropped his teammate Aldeguer.
He's not dropped his teammate at all, which makes me think that Aldeguer has a bit of pace at the moment. He's got something left in the locker, whereas Tulovic, I feel like he's on his absolute limit. Having said that, Aldeguer a little bit of a moment there into turn 3. His teammate went wide anyway. But like you said, Steve, he's losing a lot less track. This is where he's strong. He's got a great run. If this was the last lap, he'd definitely be sending it up the inside. But he doesn't need to. There's 5 laps to go. And at the same time, what is the point in risking something?
4 around this track. If you exit that well, it sets up the move into turn 6 at the end of the back straight. Out in front, though, Alonso Lopes hasn't put a foot wrong since that bad start. He's been able to pick his way through and find his way up to the race lead. Firmin Aldeguer doing a really good job of keeping him honest. Tulovic, he's just losing that little bit of ground, and he's just got to find a little something now in the final third of this race, the number 3. He has a turn of speed that the other guys don't have. We saw that in the qualifying session yesterday whenever he dominated the session with 1 fast lap right at the end. So we know that if he's able just to find that little bit of a sweet spot, he might be able to close right up. You can see there Tulovic on this lap has managed to close up. And I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that Aldeguer just isn't trying to push for that ultimate time. He's not trying to make sure he hits the race lead.
Back-to-back 41.8s for Tulovic, and that is quicker both laps than the 2 Boscoscuros. This is unknown territory. His down has gone Burnett. I think that looks like turn 4 to me. But this is a replay of the accident. Let's see. Yeah, turn 4 is going to flick it in. The front end will wash out at about... Oh no, is he running on? Has he got a problem? The front end did wash out, but he'd already gone kind of in the gravel by that point. So Burnett, very unlucky. But back to the original point we was making about Tulovic. Oh, Tulovic is done now, but this is unknown territory for him. He didn't get this far in the first race, so maybe he has got pace in this second half, but it looks like he's made a mistake himself.
It's these 2 race leaders. You can see for Aldeguer on the 54, he's trying to just make sure he holds that station behind Alonso Lopes. Lopes is trying to set a good pace right now, but it's always easier to be the rider that's doing the chasing. Aldeguer on the 54 able to do that right now. He's able to put his bike just wherever he wants to be able to try and close up on Alonso Lopes. Lopes trying to be a little bit defensive in a few places. There's only 3.5 laps to go. Suddenly for Alonso Lopes, this is where you start to think about, I was leading on the last lap in race 1. I made a mistake. Aldeguer is going to keep pressing all the way through.
The thing with Lopes is he doesn't really know where Aldeguer is strong. Okay, he has a little bit of information from race 1, and he'll be able to hear his teammate's bike in the braking areas and know where he's strong, specifically turn 6. But he doesn't know exactly where on the track is Aldeguer faster than me, and what do I need to do. He'll know turn 6 it's an overtaking hotspot. He'll know that to expect something, but it's whether or not it's in the braking area of turn 6 or in the actual slipstream. And Stu goes Tiger harder on Adam Norridin. That is the battle for 4th.
Yeah, and out in front for Aldeguer, it's all about what he's going to be able to do through that opening sector. He holds those different lines through these couple of corners, and that's what sets him up nicely. You can see for Tiger Hadid just getting himself straight back down the inside there on Adam Norridin. These have had a good battle all the way through this race. Norridin, of course, podium man in the opening race of the season, and now just battling it out, trying to hold on to that top 4 spot. But you can see here for Aldeguer, he's closer than he has been up to this point, but he sits up early. He's just waiting and biding his time. And certainly right now as it stands, he's just letting Lopes know that you're going to be under pressure. You can see here for Taiga Hada certainly putting the pressure on Adam Norridon. Norridon now relegated down to 5th position. For Taiga Hada, he's got to just try and just get his head down now and try and stretch away from Norridon.
Yeah, the thing with Taiga Hada here is that, you know, I feel like he's got better late race pace than Norridon. It's whether or not he can do the last 2.5 laps without errors, if he can do them faultlessly. With this battle at the front, this is a carbon copy of what we saw in race 1. The 21 is leading with just a few laps to go. We've got the 54 chasing. Lopes versus Aldeguer. The dynamic in this team at the moment, after race 1, is that Aldeguer's got the upper hand and that he's faster. Lopes won't want that to go to Valencia. He will want to put one over his teammate, or at least put up a strong fight.
Yeah, the big thing is they're now going to start to come up on lap traffic at the end of this race. There's a few stock 600 riders to come through. So for Firmin Aldeguer, he wants to make this move early. Not able to do it there. So again, we're seeing it where he's just easing off. He's not really being aggressive at this stage. He might well want to leave it right down to the last lap. This is the Taiga Hada and Adam Norridon battle. It continues to wage, and we're going to have that all the way through until the end of the race if Norridon's able to just run this mistake free. It looks like he was in a bit too deep into turn 1, but this is a good battle now for a top 5 position there. In 4th spot, Taiga Hada. This is out in front. You can see the 21 of Alonso Lopes. The different lines through this section. This is down in towards turn 4. This is where you need to exit strong if you're Aldeguer. This is where you can set up your move down in towards the hairpin. Is he close enough? Is he going to try and make the move? We've seen him sit up the last couple of laps in the run down in towards turn 6. And again, he's done it again as well, so he's going to leave it right until the last lap.
Which is dangerous. I mean, if they've got traffic to come, it only takes one bit of traffic to get in the way, and they're coming up to a really technical part of the track, and there should be enough space. Alonso Lopes is pushing on. You can tell Alonso Lopes is really trying to put the hammer down. What a battle we have got here in 2021 in Moto2. It is going to be between the Boscoscuros. This is a key area. Aldeguer is not faster than Lopes in this sector. This is where Lopes is strong. But if he's leading at this point, then you've got to think that maybe he's got it in the bag, because I don't see a way through for Aldeguer. We're coming to a lap. Next time around, it'll be the last lap. But in what order will these Boscoscuro riders be in? Will it be Alonso Lopes leading, or will it be Aldeguer? Don't forget, Alonso Lopes has had to come from 11th. He got a shocking start. Aldeguer was leading by that point. Last lap time. Yeah,
for Alonso Lopes now, he needs to make sure he avoids a mistake. In race 1 this morning, he made a mistake into turn 6. You can see the traffic that's in front, and they're going to have to come through 3 stock 600 bikes on this last lap of the race, and that's going to be a big challenge for them. Alonso Lopes on the 21 knows that he's going to have to be clean. They've cleared one already, two of them already, so at least now they should have a clear run through to turn 6. For Firmin Aldeguer, you've got to make sure that now is the time to try and pull the pin. This is when you've got to try and be aggressive through turn 4, set up the move down in towards turn 6. You can see for Aldeguer, very different line compared to Alonso Lopes. He's going to try and make sure he maximises the exit to get through, and Lopes is going to just try and hang him out to dry now. And he has managed it, but Aldeguer now has the chance to get back on that tight line. Aldeguer on the 54, he won race 1 by taking the lead into turn 6. He's done the same on the exit of turn 6 this time around. Lopes needs to attack.
He's going to dive,
and he's going to try it, but Aldeguer is going to try and just hang it around, and there's contact between them, and you can see for Alonso Lopes manages to make that move, but for Firmin Aldeguer on the 54, he now needs to really try and get as close as possible, use that slipstream. On the Moto2 bikes, we don't tend to get that slipstream on the runs to line. This could be Alonso Lopes's time to claim a Moto2 race victory. It's been a while for Lopes to win a race, but for Aldeguer, race winner in race 1, going to try and use the slipstream. Is he close enough to use that toe? Don't think he is. It looks like
he's going to
do it. He uses the toe. Unbelievable stuff from Aldeguer. You can see Lopes. He bangs the tank in frustration.
Oh dear.
Aldeguer with the double. Norridon's going to hold on to that 4th position for Taiga Hada. What a race between those two Boscoscuro bikes.
Incredible. And what was we saying? The dynamic in that team, Alonso Lopes. I honestly thought